Life is a series of humiliating failures and suffocating oppressions. All of us have experienced times of stagnation, being stuck in boring jobs, facing disastrous love troubles, or enduring prolonged family conflicts. Eventually, these issues drive you to despair, leading to a dark dead end where negative thoughts begin to grow. Why can I understand this pain? Because I've been through it myself. But the difference is that I chose to fight against myself, rather than let those fears control me. I used powerful psychological manipulation techniques to overcome it. Not with weakness, but with deliberate ruthlessness toward my own vulnerabilities. And today I will reveal 18 of these techniques so you can break free from your own obstacles. But remember, use these techniques with a positive mindset, because if you use them for evil, you will be the one to pay the highest price. One, the power of names. Do you know why many people fail to create any impact? Simply because they forget the most basic thing: calling others by their names. It's a shame because this action not only demonstrates a lack of communication skills, but also an incredible sign of disrespect. A simple life example. Imagine you are a salesperson. When interacting with customers, instead of saying, "Sir, madam," you address them by their names after hearing it from them or seeing it on a document. Instantly, the customer will feel cared for and closer, making them more open to discussion. This simple action can help you gain trust and increase the chance of a successful deal. Or in a work setting, when meeting your boss or colleagues, instead of just greeting them generally, try to say their name along with the greeting, like, "Good morning, Min, you seem happy today." This small gesture not only improves relationships but also creates a more positive work environment. However, names only work effectively when used sincerely. Overusing or intentionally using names to manipulate others will be quickly detected and will erode trust. To avoid this, combine using names with genuine concern, active listening, and deep understanding. This way, you will not only enhance communication skills but also build sustainable, emotional relationships, creating positive impacts in daily life. 2. Smiling. Never underestimate the power of a smile. It's an invisible weapon that can break down barriers, help you gain trust, and create closeness in just a few seconds. A smile is not just a facial movement. It's a deep expression of joy, warmth, and goodwill. It transcends all languages and cultures, bringing a sense of sincerity and connection. In everyday life, imagine walking into a cafe. The staff greets you with a sincere smile instead of a cold expression, and your mood instantly changes. You feel more comfortable, ready to engage, and may even return again. A sincere smile can turn an indifferent customer into a loyal one. Or in the workplace, when a colleague approaches you with a stressful issue, instead of showing frustration, respond with a gentle smile and a positive listening attitude. This openness helps relieve stress and promotes effective teamwork. But be mindful. A smile must come from the heart. A fake or forced smile not only causes discomfort but also creates a sense of distrust. Remember, a smile is a small action but can create a powerful impact. A genuine smile not only helps you build relationships but also conveys messages of respect, empathy, and goodwill. So smile not just out of politeness, but because you truly want to bring joy and positivity to others. 3. Mirroring. Mirroring is a subtle yet powerful psychological technique. People naturally feel more comfortable and trusting with those who resemble themselves. Mirroring the gestures, behaviors, or language of others is a way to create an unconscious bond, making them feel closer and more comfortable. Imagine you are attending a job interview. When the interviewer crosses their arms, you gently do the same. When they lean forward, you also lean forward slightly. By naturally syncing your body language with theirs, you create an invisible connection. They will feel more at ease with you, which may increase your chances of success in the interview. Another example is when you are chatting with a friend. If your friend uses specific words or tones, try to use the same words and tones. This mirroring creates a sense of being on the same team, making the relationship closer and the conversation smoother. However, remember that mirroring must be done subtly and sincerely. If too obvious, it may come across as fake and unreliable. Furthermore, the goal of mirroring is to create genuine connection, not to manipulate others. So, apply this technique with sensitivity and genuine concern for the other person. Mirroring correctly not only improves communication skills but also builds sustainable relationships based on empathy and mutual respect. 4. Asking for help. You might think that asking for help is a sign of weakness, but the reality is quite the opposite. When you ask someone for help, you are giving them a sense of importance and value. This not only creates a connection, but also deepens and strengthens the relationship. A simple example is in the workplace. Imagine you are a new employee struggling with a new software program. Instead of trying to handle it alone or pretending to know how to use it, you can ask an experienced colleague for help. This request not only makes your colleague feel respected and appreciated, but also creates an opportunity to build a better relationship. This support fosters a bond, turning ordinary coworkers into reliable companions at work. In everyday life, if you ask a neighbor for small favors, like holding the door or advising about the neighborhood, you are creating a connection with them. They will feel like an important part of the community, making it easier to establish friendly and open relationships. But be cautious. Asking for help must be appropriate and not overused, as this can make others feel exploited. The purpose of asking for help is to create a genuine connection, not to manipulate or take advantage. Be sincere and grateful for the help you receive, as this is the catalyst for sustainable and trustworthy relationships. 5. The Law of Reciprocity. The Law of Reciprocity is a powerful psychological principle, simple, but with a profound impact on how we interact with others. It stems from a basic human truth. When someone does something for us, we tend to want to reciprocate. This is the foundation of many social relationships and a strong tool for building connection and trust. Think of a simple situation in everyday life. You receive a gift from a colleague without any specific reason. This gesture makes you feel grateful, and you have a tendency to respond with a similar action, such as treating them to coffee or offering support at work. That's reciprocity. You are motivated by the desire to return the kindness you received. In the workplace, this law is widely applied. For instance, when you actively help a colleague complete a difficult project, they will feel indebted to you and are likely to help you when you encounter a problem. This not only helps build team spirit, but also creates a strong culture of cooperation within the organization. However, be cautious. Reciprocity only works when the action comes from sincerity. If others sense that you are doing good merely for personal gain, they will not only refuse to reciprocate, but also lose trust in you. Therefore, apply this principle authentically, aiming to foster positive and sustainable relationships rather than manipulate or exploit. True reciprocity is a two-way street, requiring fairness and mutual respect to thrive. Scarcity. Scarcity is not only an economic concept, but also a profound psychological principle that strongly influences human behavior. People tend to value things more when they believe they are scarce or about to run out. When something is rare or limited, it automatically becomes more appealing. In daily life, think of limited-time sales promotions, like only 5 items left or 24-hour sale. These messages create a sense of urgency, making you feel the need to make an immediate decision to avoid missing out. Scarcity taps into the fear of missing out, FOMO, a powerful motivator that drives people to act faster. In the workplace, imagine you are a salesperson. When introducing a product, you emphasize that there is only limited stock left, or that a promotion is about to end. This can encourage customers to make a quick purchase decision, as they fear missing out on the opportunity. However, scarcity is not only limited to business, but can also be applied in social interactions. For example, when you hint that your time is limited to help or meet someone, others will value your time and presence more. However, use this principle cautiously and sincerely. If scarcity is artificial or exaggerated, it will lead to mistrust and damage relationships. Scarcity is only truly effective when it reflects reality and provides real value. So, apply this strategy justly, aiming to create positive attraction and prompt strong actions from the other party. 7. Emotional validation. Emotional validation is an important but often overlooked psychological principle in daily communication. Humans have a natural need to feel heard and understood. When you truly acknowledge and accept someone's emotions, you not only make them feel at ease, but also create a deeper, more lasting connection. For instance, when a friend shares about a bad day at work, instead of rushing to give advice or lighten the mood, simply say, "I understand. Today must have been really tough for you." A simple sentence like this can make the other person feel empathized with and understood, as not everyone needs immediate solutions, but rather someone who genuinely listens. In the workplace, emotional validation is also a powerful tool for resolving conflicts and improving relationships with colleagues. When a colleague expresses frustration over a heavy workload, instead of dismissing their feelings with, "Everyone's busy," you can say, "I understand how you feel. This is really challenging." Acknowledging their feelings not only creates empathy, but also opens up space for them to feel respected, making them more willing to find solutions. However, emotional validation does not mean agreeing with everything. The goal is for the other person to feel that their emotions are reasonable and respected, even if you do not fully agree with their opinion. This technique not only helps build trust, but also creates a safe space for communication. When emotions are acknowledged and understood correctly, relationships become stronger, steering away from unnecessary judgments and criticisms. Curiosity. Curiosity is one of the most powerful motivators driving human behavior. We are drawn to the unknown, unfinished stories, and unresolved mysteries. Sparking curiosity not only increases attention but also stimulates a desire to explore further. Think about news headlines like, "The simple secret to success that everyone misses," or "You won't believe this about yourself." They make it hard for you to ignore, as human instincts naturally want to decode what's hidden. This curiosity serves as a powerful tool in advertising, marketing, and even everyday communication. In the workplace, curiosity can be sparked through how you present information. For example, when you are about to host an important meeting, instead of revealing all the information up front, you could send a message like, "We have a new strategic plan that will completely change how we work. Join the meeting to find out the details." This not only increases participation, but also makes everyone eager to discover what's coming next. In personal life, consider how you tell a story. Instead of telling it from start to finish monotonously, you can create suspense by leaving unanswered questions. Do you want to know what happened next? Or, "That's not all. The biggest surprise is yet to come." This not only helps maintain attention, but also makes the story more engaging. However, be careful not to abuse curiosity artificially. Disappointment will arise if the listener feels deceived or if the information provided is not worth it. Use curiosity as a tool to convey real value, creating genuine interest and encouraging deeper exploration. 9. The halo effect. The halo effect is a psychological phenomenon where people evaluate an entire person or thing based solely on a first impression. It's like an illusory halo that clouds holistic perception. Just one outstanding characteristic can change how we perceive the whole. A typical example is when you meet someone who is attractive. You tend to assume they are intelligent, trustworthy, and successful, even without knowing much about them. In the workplace, if a colleague gives a confident presentation in the first meeting, you are likely to think they are also good in other areas. That's the power of the halo effect. Just one positive impression can shape our perception of the entire person. In sales and marketing, the halo effect is a powerful tool for building customer trust. For instance, a product beautifully packaged will make customers perceive it as more valuable and reliable, even if the internal quality has yet to be verified. Similarly, in job interviews, well-dressed and confident candidates tend to be rated more highly, regardless of their actual skills. However, the halo effect is a double-edged sword. If you rely only on a first impression to evaluate a person or thing comprehensively, you may overlook important aspects, leading to wrong decisions. Be aware of this effect so that you don't fall victim to it blindly. While it can create an initial advantage, ensure that this good impression is accompanied by substance and real value. 10. Active listening. Active listening is not just about hearing what others say, but also how you truly engage in the conversation, respond, and empathize with the other person. This technique not only improves communication skills, but also builds trust, creating genuine connections. For example, in the workplace, when a colleague shares a problem they are facing, instead of absent-mindedly nodding, fully concentrate, maintain eye contact, and lightly nod to show agreement. You can also repeat what they just said to confirm you understood them correctly, such as, "So you are feeling stressed because of the heavy workload, right?" This action helps your colleague feel heard and understood, creating a more effective collaboration. In personal relationships, consider a situation where a close friend shares an event that hurt them. Instead of rushing to give advice or oppose them, let them finish expressing their thoughts. You could say, "I understand how you feel. This must not be easy." When others feel you are truly listening, they will open up more and trust you, making the relationship deeper and more lasting. But be mindful. Active listening requires focus and sincerity. If you listen only to respond or to assert dominance, you will miss the chance to create a real connection. Practice listening with genuine interest, as it is the simplest yet most powerful way to build empathy and respect in any relationship. 11. The law of contrast. The law of contrast is a psychological principle that shows how we perceive sharp differences when two things are placed side by side. When an object, idea, or situation is immediately compared to another, the difference between them becomes much clearer, creating a strong impact on how we assess value or prioritize it. Consider an example in sales. A salesperson often shows you an expensive product first, then introduces a cheaper one. Compared to the initial product, the second one appears to be more valuable and easier to accept. This familiar tactic takes advantage of the law of contrast to stimulate customer buying behavior. In everyday life, the law of contrast is evident in many situations. When you first join a difficult and challenging class, all subsequent exercises seem easier in comparison to the initial one. Similarly, when you are handling extremely stressful work, lighter tasks that follow become much more manageable. In communication and negotiation, the law of contrast can also be used to shape the other person's perception. For example, if you want to propose a minor change in the company, try introducing a bigger and more challenging proposal first. This makes your actual proposal seem reasonable and more acceptable. However, the law of contrast must be used ethically and transparently. If comparisons are made artificially or to manipulate someone's emotions, they will be quickly noticed, leading to a loss of trust. Instead, use this law to help people see issues more clearly, enabling accurate and reasonable decisions. 12. The power of touch. Physical touch is a powerful communication tool that is often underestimated. A gentle touch at the right moment can break down barriers between people, creating closeness and immediate trust. It is not just a gesture, but a strong nonverbal signal that conveys warmth, empathy, and genuine concern. A simple example in the workplace. Imagine you have just finished a stressful presentation, and a colleague approaches, places a hand on your shoulder, and says, "Well done." Just such a small gesture can encourage you and make you feel valued. Or, at an important meeting, a firm and confident handshake at the start can create a strong impression of professionalism and trustworthiness. In personal relationships, gentle physical contact can also create a sense of safety and comfort. For example, when a friend or family member is sad, a warm hug can comfort them more than any words could. Physical touch is not just an action, but a way to show presence and willingness to share someone's pain or joy. However, it is important that touch is appropriate to the context and welcomed. Unwanted or mistimed physical contact can cause discomfort and even harm relationships. So, apply it subtly and sensitively to create genuine bonds without infringing on the other person's personal space. The power of touch lies in its ability to transcend language and cultural barriers, bringing people closer together. A well-timed touch can foster empathy and deeper understanding, forming a solid foundation for effective communication and relationships. 13. Authority. Authority is not merely a title or position in society. It's a crucial factor in communication that influences how others evaluate and trust you. When someone has authority, they are not only recognized for their knowledge or experience, but also create a sense of reliability and credibility. Authority can come from various sources, including expertise, experience, or even demeanor and communication style. For example, in the workplace, a manager with years of experience in the industry is naturally seen as an authority figure when giving opinions or making decisions. When they speak in a meeting, people tend to listen and respect their viewpoints more. Especially when they can communicate ideas clearly and confidently, their authority is further strengthened. In the field of education, a teacher not only imparts knowledge, but also establishes authority through the way they interact with students. A teacher who communicates effectively and persuasively can easily gain trust and respect from students, creating a positive learning environment. However, authority must be maintained and built over time. If someone in authority is frequently dishonest or makes wrong decisions, they will quickly lose the trust of others. Therefore, it is important to demonstrate authority ethically, with respect for others and a commitment to delivering true value. Authority not only helps you lead and influence others, but also creates a solid foundation for relationships and effective communication. When others recognize you as a source of reliable knowledge and experience, they are more likely to accept your opinions, opening up opportunities for cooperation and sustainable development. 14. Consistency. Consistency is a key factor in building trust and credibility in any relationship. When your actions, words, and viewpoints are consistent, you not only appear reliable, but also make others feel more secure when communicating and collaborating with you. Consistency creates a clear image of you in others' minds, making it easy for them to recognize and remember you. In everyday life, imagine a friend who always promises to join activities but frequently fails to show up. Gradually, your trust in them will diminish. Conversely, if someone always keeps their promises and acts consistently with what they say, they will be seen as trustworthy and valuable in your eyes. In the workplace, Consistency is essential, not only for personal relationships, but also for the success of the organization. A leader making decisions must ensure that their actions align with the company's values and objectives. When employees see that the leadership acts consistently with what they've communicated, they feel secure and motivated to contribute more. This not only fosters unity, but also strengthens work spirit. However, consistency must be maintained ethically. If you maintain a wrong perspective or apply consistency to bad behavior, it can have serious consequences and even damage your reputation. Instead, ensure that your consistency aligns with positive values and sincerity. When practiced correctly, consistency fosters sustainable relationships, builds trust, and encourages effective cooperation. When people feel that you are trustworthy, they are more likely to open up and listen to your opinions, creating opportunities for future growth and success. 15. Social proof. Social proof is a powerful psychological principle where people tend to follow the actions or decisions of others when they are uncertain about something. We often believe that if many people choose to do something, it is likely the right choice. This principle is widely applied in marketing, business, and even in our daily decisions. Think about when you are considering buying a product online. When you see hundreds of positive reviews and a 5-star rating, you feel more confident in your decision to purchase. This is social proof. Confirmation from previous buyers helps you trust that the product is worth buying. Other examples include crowded restaurants that create the perception that the food there is good, even if you haven't tried it yet. In the workplace, social proof is also useful in persuading others. If you can demonstrate that a group or leading company has successfully implemented a specific strategy or product, listeners are more likely to accept it. For example, when presenting a new idea, you could say, "The top companies in the industry have adopted this strategy and achieved outstanding results." Social proof is not only limited to business, but also applies broadly to personal life. For instance, when you see friends and family engaging in a new activity like exercising or dieting, you are more likely to join in because many around you are already doing it. However, it is crucial to be cautious when using social proof. If it is overused or dishonest, it can lead to feelings of manipulation and a loss of trust. Therefore, ensure that the social proof you provide is authentic and relevant to the context. When used correctly, social proof can reinforce your message, create trust, and motivate others to take positive action. 16. The power of storytelling. Storytelling is an art that has the ability to connect people on the deepest level. When you share a story, you are not just conveying information, but creating an emotional experience. The power of storytelling lies in its ability to turn dry concepts into something lively and understandable, while evoking emotions, empathy, and engagement from the listener. For example, in a presentation, instead of just presenting dry data and statistics, start by telling the story of a customer who overcame difficulties thanks to your product or service. This not only captures attention, but also helps the audience feel the real impact of the product on people's lives. They are more likely to remember your message and support your idea. In daily communication, the power of storytelling is also evident. When you tell a friend about an interesting trip or a memorable experience, you are not just sharing information, but creating a personal connection, making the story more interesting and memorable. Vivid details and genuine emotions in the story make the listener feel as if they are living your experience. Furthermore, storytelling is a powerful tool in persuasion. In advertising, an emotional story can easily make consumers empathize and motivate action. For example, ads that depict someone's journey to overcome adversity and achieve their dreams often leave a stronger impression than messages that focus solely on product features. However, to be effective, storytelling needs to be tailored to your audience. Your story must be relevant and evoke emotions that the listener can relate to. The power of storytelling lies in its ability to make dry lessons relatable, create connection, and evoke strong emotions. When you know how to use storytelling skillfully, you not only convey messages, but also touch the hearts of the listeners, creating deep and lasting impressions. 17. Uniqueness. Uniqueness is a powerful factor in communication and connection. In a world full of mediocrity and sameness, standing out is what makes us memorable and captures others' attention. When you demonstrate your uniqueness, you not only create a strong impression, but also spark interest and curiosity from others. In business, a brand is not just a product, but an experience. Think of companies like Apple, where they don't just sell smartphones, but also offer a lifestyle and a creative mindset. They create unique and distinctive products, making consumers feel like they are part of something special. In a personal setting, uniqueness can be expressed through how you communicate or present yourself. If you have a special hobby or talent, don't hesitate to share it with others. For example, if you have a knack for storytelling or a distinctive fashion sense, these traits can make you stand out in a crowd and attract attention from those around you. However, uniqueness isn't just about appearance or how you present yourself. What matters most is authenticity and truthfulness about who you are. When you express your uniqueness genuinely, others will sense your sincerity and find it easier to connect with you. Conversely, if you try to create a unique image just to impress others, it may lead to distrust or even backfire. Uniqueness is the key to asserting yourself in today's competitive environment. When you confidently and authentically showcase your differences, you not only capture attention, but also build deep and meaningful relationships. In a world where everything can become similar, affirming your uniqueness helps you leave a strong and lasting mark in others' minds. 18. Expectation. Expectation is one of the most powerful drivers of human behavior. It not only affects how we make decisions, but also shapes our experiences in life. When you have an expectation about something, you are not just wishing for it, you are creating anticipation for what is to come. This anticipation can increase feelings of excitement, happiness, or even disappointment. Consider a simple example from daily life. When you order food from your favorite restaurant, the anticipation begins as soon as you click order. You imagine the taste of the dish, the pleasure of enjoying it. This expectation not only makes the meal seem more appealing, but also creates an enjoyable experience when it finally arrives. In the workplace, expectations can be applied to motivate people. For example, if a company organizes an event or a meeting to launch a new product, creating anticipation through teasers or pre-announcements can increase employee interest and engagement. When people know that something special is coming, they are excited and more willing to participate. However, expectations can also be a double-edged sword. If what you expect does not meet the standards or does not turn out as imagined, the disappointment can be significant. Therefore, it is important to manage both your own and others' expectations skillfully. Set realistic and clear expectations to avoid unnecessary disappointment. Ultimately, expectations can be a powerful tool for creating positive experiences for yourself and others. When you know how to spark anticipation skillfully and ethically, you can increase excitement, create memorable moments, and foster connection and trust among people. Expectations are not just emotions, but strong motivators that can turn ordinary things into extraordinary experiences.